Hey guys, it's me again. Today we got another project. Check this out. Today we are going to be changing the rear brakes on a 2009 Infiniti G37. It's not really that hard of a job. People say, oh, something because it's an Infiniti, it's going to take a lot more work, more special tools. No, not really. Brakes are brakes. It's pretty much the same as any car. What you want to do is when you lift the car, you got to make sure that it's supported nice and good so it doesn't fall. So that's what I did. Put a jack stand underneath the lower control arm, so no sway, you can still access the wheel, take it off easy and whatnot. And the first step to doing this is taking off the wheel, as you would have guessed it. Alright, so got the wheel off. As you can see, here's your brake system right there. Here's your disc. Here's where your pads are gonna be. And I had a lot of questions of how you can do this job comfortably. Well, when you take the wheel off, sit on the damn thing so you can work comfortably. It's nice and right there. Everything's good. Everything's lined up. Okay, now how you take them off is you got that guy right there. This bolt right here, this guy, you can see, and you got another one down there, right there. This little sway bar is in the way a little bit, but it's right there. Now, when you take those off, the caliper will just slide off, and then you can just get to the pads. Don't forget that you have your anti-rattle clips right there. That's the damn thing on focus right there. Don't forget the way that they go, and you don't want to lose them, because then your brakes will squeak. And make sure you grease them nice and tight. So I'll go ahead and take that off. Alright guys, well I got everything nice and loose. As you can see, you just need to take off the top bolt from there. There's actually absolutely no need to take off that bolt at the bottom, because when you take off the little one, this is actually pretty nice. I actually like this because you can actually just slide these bad boys out right now, and that's it. That's it pretty much. As you can see, they just come out like so, and there you go. There's your brake pads. Yeah, they weren't that bad. Like, they weren't squeaking. Yeah, they weren't that bad as they stated. But as you can see, there's your anti-rattle clips right there. Make sure those guys are nice and good and in their place. And like I said, no need to take off the other bolt. You can just pretty much, and the caliper slides right in there, like so. There you go, like that. Sweet. And it actually holds, the good thing, it actually holds a brake caliper right there. No need to take anything and hold them there. It just holds it for you. It's pretty actually genius. So yeah, so I need to get my tools to push that brake cylinder back in there. And that's it pretty much. Now there's a lot of controversy about how people do that type of stuff. But me, I just leave the tank open and I just push the cylinder back in. And a lot of people say there's going to be moisture in the oil. Yes, but you just take off after you're finished. Just take off all the oil out anyways out of the reservoir. It's not going to contaminate all of it, and put a new one back in, and that's how you pretty much do it. Been doing that for years. Absolutely no problems whatsoever. So let's get back to it. Let's push that cylinder back in and see what else we can do. Alright, so you guys might be wondering how I actually put the cylinder back in. And that's it pretty much. That little slit tool right there, as you can see, he hugs across the brake caliper. And all you do is twist this little guy, and the cylinder pushes back in, as you can see. There it goes. Just like that. Just like that. You just keep turning until the cylinder hits bottom. Just so. Just like that. Until... Can't go nowhere. Just like that. You can see I can't turn it no more. Well, I can, but you don't want to break anything. And there it is. It's bottomed out. And you can get this tool at any of your local, as you can see, it's just a kit at your local auto store. 25 bucks or so. And if you're wondering when I'm pushing the cylinder back in, what's happening over here? Well, took a little bit out. There was a little bit excess oil back in it. As you can see, it's arrived back again. It's almost at the level. But what I did, I pumped out all the oil that was actually in the reservoir, so you wouldn't have any spillage. Like you was saying, people a lot of say, hey, you can get moisture in the fluid and whatnot. But honestly, no, because I'm going to be taking it out anyways. It's going to get a full system flush. So, yeah, pretty much. I mean, not a really hard job. But honestly, this is the first time that I'm changing the brake on this car. And it's a lot easier than I thought. It's actually easier than any car I've ever done. Just because of the fact that you only need to take one bolt off. And then everything pretty much just slides out. Well, not slides out, but tips over, and then you can get to the calipers and everything like that. So yeah. And people say you do this job a lot pretty quick. How so? Well, air tools. What else? That's the only way that you can do it. Well, no, but it's the easiest way that you can do it. Help of air tools. Alright guys, well, I'll get back on it and let's finish this damn thing. Okay, one more note, you guys. I just noticed this. When I was taking off one of the brake calipers, as you can see that little pin right there, that's the only brake pad that has that little pin right there. And that pin goes on the passenger side on the out. That's where that goes. And also, when you're putting everything back together, you might want to put some brake clean on the discs. And also, the slider pins, grease them up a little bit so they slide a lot better. Same thing as the bottom. You don't have to take that one out, but honestly I would, and grease it up a little bit, or maybe take some, I don't know, a grease gun right there, maybe put some on the bolt just to make sure that everything goes nice and smooth. But yeah, I just wanted to remind you right there that where that guy goes, and it's all the way on the passenger side over there. Alright, let's get this done. Alright, now your brake pads should just slide in pretty much. Honestly, sometimes they get stuck, but I do it from top and I push it in to the bottoms and they just pretty much slide in. They click in. And when you have that, you just push your caliper over them, and that's it pretty much. You tighten your bolts and tighten your wheel back on, and you move on to the next. So let's do that. Well, there you have it, guys. Your brakes are done. Make sure you top off your fluids. Make sure you pump the brake before you go anywhere. Make sure you start the car and make sure you pump the brakes. But do not go anywhere without pumping the brakes, or that will end bad. So there you go, guys. That's how you change the rear brakes on a 2009 Infiniti G37 Sedan. Bye-bye. Alright, you guys, before or after any brake job, make sure that you pump the brakes. I already pumped mine, so that should be fine. Because if you don't, you're going to end up crashing somewhere, because there's no pressure to the actual brakes. And you are pretty much going to crash. So top off your fluids and take it for a test drive. Let's go.